Hey, Keith here. March 10th. Time changed last night. Got a late start. I'm solo today. Gonna do a day hike on a trail that I've never been on. Have no idea how long it is. Only map I could find was a hand-drawn map. And it has very little detail. So, I guess we're on an adventure. Small one, but it's still an adventure. So, thanks for coming along, and we'll be seeing you from time to time. Now there's a helpful sign. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? There's my favorite. Up the hill we go. Well, as you can hear, I'm sure, the wind is howling. It was 63 degrees when we started at the trailhead with 22-mile-an-hour sustained winds. So, it's a beautiful day. Can't hear much other than the wind and the leaves crunching. But the only danger is falling limbs. Which so far I haven't had any close calls, but that's okay. A lot of hills. Let me show you what I was talking about. That pine has just blown over. So I guess that's what 22-mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts up to 40 will do. Okay, well, had to take a minute there to shed a layer. Like I said, it's 63 degrees and just getting warmer. Supposed to be record high, mid-60s today. So, you know, I always dress in layers. I used to believe in cotton, and cotton's warm, but it's heavy, and it doesn't breathe very well. This synthetic stuff, which is just a cheapie from Walmart, seems to do really well. expensive stuff. But I don't know about you, but I can't afford $200 shirt. So I just continually dress in layers. The cooler it is, the more layers I put on. The warmer it gets, the more I take off. And you always have to remember what Les says. If you sweat, you die. So we're at crossroads. Now what do we do? Not a marker one. Let me show you. That's where I came from. That's where it ends. And we can go that way or that way. Handwritten map's not even close to accurate. So I'm going to head that way, which should be southeast. That should loop us back around toward where the tractor's parked. Late start, 1 o'clock. Hell, I might be getting back after dark. Oh well. We'll update you from time to time. I've run into about 4 more of those intersections with no markings or just arrows pointing in all directions. So, I said I wanted some adventure. I guess we're getting it. I doubt if there's any possibility of getting really lost here. It's just not that big of a wooded area. Maybe 10 square miles, maybe. So, anyway. Let's head on down the trail. Get across this creek first. I hike in a pair of 7-inch tall waterproof boots. Creek back there, about 10 inches deep. So my dilemma was, where do I cross? And I've talked about this before in some of the earlier videos. I just looked for a game trail. Found one, walked up about 30 yards to the east, came to a nice place, walked right across, came right back on the trail. So, I'm going to stick by what I say. If you're ever in a bind, you're lost, hit the game trails. They'll eventually get you where you need to be. I told you earlier that I got a late start today. Well, one of the reasons for that was I've been watching some videos on YouTube. People who use hammocks instead of tents. I've always used tents. I've probably bought 10, 12, 15 different tents over the years. Probably more than that, actually. And I thought, you know, sleeping in a hammock looks pretty good. Looks like that would be the way to do it. However, I sleep on my side and my stomach, and I didn't have a clue if I would ever be able to sleep in a hammock. So, of course, it was winter when I bought it. I got a no-seam Hammock Bliss, which I really like. I set it up a few times. Thought, you know, this is nice. Tried using a pad. And this is all just out in the backyard. Well, from watching the videos, I saw that if you're going to do it, you really need an underquilt. Well, like I talked about earlier, I don't have the money to spend $200, $300, $400 on all this different types of equipment. And the cheapest one I saw started at about $180. However, I want to give a shout out to the people that participate in the hammock forum. I actually found out how to make an underquilt. I took different designs and I just basically sewed together what worked best for me. So I got the finished product done last weekend and I thought I'm going to give it a try. So last night I set everything up and I got to tell you, I wasn't 25 miles out in the woods, but it was one of the best sleeps I've ever had out. So I guess that's any indication of how nice those hammocks are. My recommendation is get an inexpensive one and give it a try. So again, it's a shout out to Hammock Forum. We had a tornado go through here last year, but I had no idea that it tore up the woods this bad. Wow. Hell of a blow to do this. And there's the end of the trail. Hey, the end of another day on the trail. 4.27 miles. It was a good day. The weather was great except for the wind. It was quite a challenge following the trail because it just wasn't marked. But you know, I was looking for an adventure and I guess I got one. So anyway, it was a good day. Thanks for going with us. We'll see you next time. Later.